We're going through some tough times right now, but I am really optimistic that the last quarter of this year, things are going to open up. The number of vaccines are rolling out, and by the middle of the summer, we're going to have the majority of people in the province vaccinated, and that's going to open things up. So the pandemic has been tough on us, but I also think that we've learned a lot of lessons from it as well. And I think that in the past, we probably didn't have the relationship or the partnership with small business that we could have had. And I think that that's going to be one of the benefits of the pandemic, is that we've formed a much closer relationship with the Downtown Business Association and with the Chamber. And so we're going to work with the Chamber and with the DBA, and what we're going to do is we're going to help mentor small businesses. We've learned some lessons, like I must admit that when we first looked at streaming our council meetings, I wasn't necessarily a big fan of that. But again, lessons learned from the pandemic. I think that we're more transparent, and I think that there isn't a better way for people to see what we're doing in council other than to actually be able to see a council meeting without being there. Sports tourism, that's one of the most disappointing things about this last year, is that Leduc is known for hosting events, and we haven't been able to. So one of the things that we have been doing is we are still making sure that we keep our connections and that we're reaching out to the national and provincial organizations, so that when we do get back to hosting organizations, the City of Leduc is foremost in everyone's mind. This clubhouse is quite a bit bigger than the previous one and more modern. They've taken advantage of the natural lighting, and so you have just absolutely beautiful views from inside the facility. It's going to be another amazing facility in Leduc, and it's going to attract weddings that we couldn't attract before. It's going to bring in tournaments that we haven't been able to host before, and this will benefit our small businesses, this will benefit our restaurants, this will benefit our gas stations, this will benefit our hotels. So just another opportunity for sports tourism in Leduc. Our council is very proud of the financial management of the city during the pandemic. So we've been able to come up with a small surplus. We were able to achieve that. We received a MOST grant from the federal and provincial government. Also, we had a hiring freeze. We reduced our transfer to reserves, and we took a very, very close look at our budgeting. And so we eliminated things that we didn't need to build or do right now. Very happy to say that we're going to come out of the pandemic in a very, very good financial position. We know that there's a lot of people that have struggled through the pandemic that have been laid off. And yes, there's been provincial and federal grants, but we know that there are still a lot of people hurting. So council made sure that we could do everything we could to keep our tax increase to a minimum. And I'm really proud of our council, is that we were able to come up with a 0% tax increase without reducing any services. And during the pandemic, I think that it was really important for us when the facilities had to shut down. What we did is we went through, we renovated them, we maintained them, and a lot of our facilities now are just like they're brand new. And so we've taken advantage of the pandemic, and so when we were allowed to open, we were one of the first municipalities that opened their facilities. So I'm really proud again of the way that we've handled the pandemic. One of the things that we've done is with our non-res and our business is the city has become way more efficient. It takes us less time to do things. Permitting is done in a very timely fashion. And one of the things that business has really impressed upon me is the importance of time to vertical. And the longer it takes you to start a business and open that business, and until you can start generating revenue, it costs you more money. So the City of Leduc, by eliminating the time it takes to get open, actually makes it more affordable and easier for businesses to start making a profit. So we have a new high school being built on our west end of the City of Leduc in our Crystal Creek development. And we know that this is going to stimulate growth. There's going to be more house sales in that part of the city. The other thing that's going to happen, we already have developers talking with a grocery store chain. We know there's going to be a strip mall there. And so we also have plans that eventually there will be another recreation facility over there as well. I think that one of the reasons that people move to Leduc is because of the amenities that we have here. And People don't mind paying taxes if they get good value for their taxes. We're starting to grow again, and as we grow, we have to make sure that we have the amenities to match the growth. And I know that people will be really excited to get another recreation facility, get more grocery stores in Leduc, and to get more small businesses as well. We're seeing housing sales like we haven't seen for a long time in Leduc. I know that there are some developers that are running out of lots, and so they've got more in the future plans. I take a look at all the steps that we've taken over the last 2 years, and I really believe that the City of Leduc has become more nimble, and we're able to react quicker to challenges put before us, and that's going to really be an advantage in the region. As new investment comes into this region, I think the municipalities that are ready to handle the investment are the ones that are going to get it. So we're coming out of this pandemic, we're positioned very well, and I believe that we're going to take advantage of the boom that occurs in the final quarter of this year.